貴様何を。
イチカさんを見捨てない。
私を脳殺してみせろ恋人。開始。
Welcome back to Val X Love, the anime where Norse mythology meets cute anime girls. Following the campus festival, Takuma takes it upon himself to check on Futaba and the Saotome sisters to make sure they're okay. As he approaches them, he can sense a palpable awkwardness in the air. The conversation seems stilted and forced until Kuriri steps in, presenting Takuma with an invention involving his clothes. But just as things were starting to look up, Takuma ends up getting injured and the sisters step up to care for him. The next day, Misa takes charge and makes food for everyone, but the conversation takes a turn when Itsuyo asks her for advice on how to go on a date. It's clear that both of them are inexperienced, and Misa is reminded of a time when she was chased by a wild boar and had to take care of her family. Itsuyo is filled with regret about what happened at the campus festival, and she can't help but wonder if things could have gone differently. As the days go by, Misa asks Takuma to help out with the laundry. As she reaches for something in the closet, a small box falls on Takuma's head, leading to a hilariously awkward situation. Yakumo and Kuriri can't resist the temptation to see what's going on, while Itsuyo tries her best to stop them. Finally, after finishing up the laundry, Misa surprises Natsuki with a doll and Takuma with a keychain. As Futaba receives a package from Odin, Misa and Itsuyo eagerly help her go through it. Amidst the excitement, Misa stumbles upon a letter from the Oracle that reveals a looming demon threat. In a bid to protect their clan, Futaba quickly gathers everyone and suggests that Natsuki take on the role of a Valkyrie. However, to their dismay, Natsuki declines the offer. Undeterred, Futaba proceeds to enlighten Kuriri about a device that can measure their skill levels. With enthusiasm, she distributes the devices to each member of the clan. Nevertheless, as they move forward, Futaba notices that Yakumo and Mutsumi are falling behind. As fate would have it, Takuma shows up unexpectedly at Mutsumi's photo shoot, accompanied by Yakumo. A flashback reveals that Natsuki had confided in Takuma about Yakumo's unique abilities and her acute sense of hearing. In a heartwarming moment, the two of them indulge in ice cream together, but their bonding session is abruptly cut short when a classmate interrupts them, causing Takuma to fail a ritual. However, things take a sudden turn when Mutsumi embarks on a ritual photo shoot with Takuma and Yakumo. Before long, a terrifying demon appears, and in the heat of the moment, Mutsumi and Yakumo transform into Valkyries to combat it. Despite their bravery, they sustain serious injuries, leaving Takuma feeling helpless and powerless. Thankfully, Takuma's powers come to the rescue as he uses a powerful book to help the Valkyries regain their strength and vanquish the demon. Meanwhile, a young boy summons a mysterious demi-goddess to fight against the mighty Saotome sisters later on. Before we continue, take a moment to answer the question of the day. What is the best martial artist in anime? Comment down below and get 4 replies for a chance to be shouted out directly in our next video. As Natsuki sits on the train, she prepares herself for the task at hand, performing a ritual to protect Itsuyo from gropers. She takes a deep breath and focuses, ready to take action. Time is running out as Itsuyo is groped by her friend Natsuki, who is jealous about how big her boobs have gotten. Look at how the tables have turned. As it turns out, the groper in this situation was Natsuki all along. Takuma sees the two girls and ends up saving Itsuyo from Natsuki. Meanwhile, a young boy is busy buying fish from the local store. The people around him offer him gifts, impressed by his diligence and hard work. As he heads home, he discovers that Toru, his beloved pet, is locked up and hasn't eaten anything all day. He knows he must act fast to save his furry friend. Suddenly, Roskva and Skald arrive in Japan, determined to help defeat the Saotome sisters and contain Takuma's powers. They rush to the apartment, ready to strategize and plan their next move. As evening sets in, Takuma and Natsuki walk down the street, lost in their own thoughts. Suddenly, a voice calls out to them. Natsuki looks up, but it's Ichika who walks up to them, surprising them both. Back at home, the sisters welcome Ichika with open arms, but she gives Takuma a demeaning look that doesn't go unnoticed. After a long day, everyone is ready to unwind and relax. Futaba takes charge and cleans the bath, while everyone else takes turns soaking in the hot water. Finally, Takuma performs a ritual with Ichika, helping to scrub each other's backs as they bond over the events of the day. Toru, Skald, and Roskva wander through the Midnight City, racking their brains for a strategy to take down the Saotome sisters. Just as they were brainstorming, Ichika enters the fray and threatens the group with her spear. With lightning-fast reflexes, she holds Roskva hostage before she can even think of making a move. Suddenly, a demon-possessed boy stumbles towards Ichika, catching her completely off guard. As the tension rises, Skald takes action and plants a kiss on Roskva, summoning more demons to their side. But just as they were about to launch a counterattack, Itsuyo intervenes and prevents the demons from doing any harm. Skald retreats, deep in thought about their next move. As the group tries to regroup and come up with a plan, Futaba suggests that everyone improve their skills, now that they're facing a demigoddess. Natsuki chats with Shino, who mentions Takuma, leaving Natsuki feeling red-faced and flustered. Meanwhile, Takuma and Itsuyo finish a ritual that everyone hopes will enhance her skills, but to their dismay, it doesn't have the desired effect. Undeterred, they decide to try something else to level up their abilities. The sisters discuss what happened, and just as they were contemplating their next move, Skald suddenly appears. Takuma enters the room, and Natsuki can't help but throw her arms around him in a tight embrace. Futaba informs him that Natsuki drank one of Kuriri's potent drink mixes and is now completely intoxicated. They move to another room, where Natsuki makes a surprising request, asking Takuma to undress her. She slowly takes off her clothing and mounts Takuma. Spicy. Skald emerges from the shadows, flanked by a horde of demons. Futaba stands firm, ready to take on the vicious assailants. Meanwhile, Ichika leads Takuma towards their destination, her mind racing with memories of their past plans to defeat Skald and her fearsome maid, Roskva. They had all brainstormed relentlessly until Takuma came up with a brilliant strategy to outsmart the enemy. As the battle rages on, Skald crows about her victory, but Ichika senses trouble ahead. Demons block their path, but Futaba fearlessly charges into the fray, striking down the fiends with fierce determination. With Shino's help, she creates a powerful barrier to keep the innocent safe from harm. However, the demons prove to be too much for Futaba to handle alone, and Roskva transforms into her terrifying demon form, ready to take on Ichika. But Takuma intervenes just in time, stopping the enraged Roskva in her tracks. They retreat to a nearby park to regroup and perform a ritual to ward off Skald's relentless attacks. Suddenly, Takuma unleashes a hidden power, his strength multiplied as he prepares to take on both Skald and Roskva. Takuma, with his impressive powers, single-handedly restored the strength of his entire team. With newfound strength, they were able to overpower Skald and Roskva with ease. But things took a sudden turn when the two villains transformed into a terrifying demon, leaving the team in a state of shock. Without wasting a moment, Takuma bravely defended against the demon's fierce attack, while Natsuki and Ichika fought back with all their might. The intense battle made Skald and Roskva lose control of their demon form, causing them to separate and retreat. Meanwhile, Toru, driven by a fierce desire to reach the other sisters, was ready to tear anything in his path. But a wise boy advised him to leave before Ichika and Futaba appeared on the scene. Unfortunately, during the battle, Misa was injured, but Takuma quickly jumped in to heal her wounds. With his incredible powers, Takuma was able to find a way to heal Misa's body, and she later regained consciousness to express her gratitude for his timely intervention. Even Shino, who had been silent throughout the ordeal, couldn't help but thank Takuma for his heroic efforts. As if it wasn't enough, Takuma was surprised by Shino's appearance as she shed her helmet and normal clothes. It was a welcome sight and a clear indication that things were finally getting back to normal. What a great way to end off the series. Go check out our other recaps for more anime fun. See y'all later.